Hello, what's up guys, I hope you're all good. So in the last video we learned how to draw anime with very simple steps. That was a very simple line art in which I showed you how to draw the very basic sketch. Last time we didn't fill it up except for a little bit in the eyes. But today we will draw a sketch and do some shading in it. So let's get started. So first things first, when you're drawing head, make it a circle. Now draw a straight line. Make the jawline and make the neck. Last time we drew the head facing the front, but today we will be drawing a person a little towards the side. For the eye, draw a curved line, and since it's a side pose, the line will be shorter on the other side. Make an oval shape for the iris. And on the other side, just make it a little bit slimmer. Make smaller ovals for the pupils and then leave spaces for the highlights. Now making the shape of the eyelashes. The creases on the eyelids and the eyebrows. The reason we draw eyes first of all is that it gives you a clear idea to draw the other face parts like the nose and mouth. Drawing the nose in the side pose is quite much easier. For the mouth, just draw a curved line just like the last time, and again make it shorter on the left side. Draw the point where the hair will be parted, and then from there make the strands. We're making bangs just like the last time. Now as the person is facing towards the left side, so we'll be getting more view of the hair on the right side and less view of the hair on the left side. So we'll be making the hair on the left side a little bit slimmer. Now just rub out the grid line. For the shading part, we'll be needing shading pencils. These are different shades of black from 2H, the lightest one, to the darkest one, which is 8B. But you don't have to buy all of these. You won't be needing that today. For today, you just be needing a regular HB scale, just like this one, and a 2B scale for the darker shading area. Always start with the eyes. Let's give it a nice base shade with the HB pencil. You just have to press hard when you need a darker shade, and you need to press it softly when you need a lighter shade. I've darkened it up a bit so that you know exactly where we'll be shading. Now let's add the dark shade with the 2B pencil. Start by filling up the eyelashes. Now just darken out the outlines. Fill up the pupils and start adding the darker shade. Now this dark area I'm making because it's the shadow of the eyelashes. We'll keep on adding more layers. This is not so important for eyes, but when you have to shade in the hair, the very first thing you have to do is to determine the light source, or where the light is coming from. So suppose our light source is this over here, and the light is coming in this direction. That means we will have our highlights over here, and the shadows will be always opposite to the light source. Draw an arc shape over here to determine just exactly where we will be drawing our light spots. Now I'm leaving the spaces for the highlights. It's not a very complicated shape, it's just ovals and longer ovals. As you can see, these shapes are more elongated at the edges and smaller in the middle. Also, the part of the hair which is facing the light will have them slightly larger. Now when you start shading, you have to always use an HB scale for the base. As it's not grainy, it gives you a nice smooth texture and a good base to work on. So we'll start with the HB and then add in the darker shade afterwards. For shading the hair, we'll be making our pencil strokes in the direction of the hair. Starting from the midpoint and then downwards. Now one more thing. Before continuing with the shading, you might want to darken out your outlines because you won't want to mix it all up. Otherwise it will end up having a similar shade and then you won't know where you drew the outlines. You have to fill it up patiently. I'm speeding up the video a bit, it actually took me a lot of time to do it. Now these are the back hairs, so we'll be adding a darker shade over here. For this time I won't be teaching you any principles of the refraction of light and the cast shadow and blah blah blah. For now just know that you have to shade darker near the highlight spots. Now we'll be putting in the actual shadows. So as the light is coming from here, we will be drawing the shadows in the opposite direction. The shadow will come over here and also over here because the light source is above the head. Now let's add additional shades for some more detailed appearance. Now add a darker shade to the back here. Now if you done till here, then congratulations, because you just did the most difficult part of shading. Now what's left is shading in the skin and a little bit in the eyes, and that's really not very hard. It's very simple. Start with the lighter shade and then add the dark shade afterwards. a little bit for the nose and for the mouth. This is the shadow of the face which is falling on the neck, and again it is opposite to the direction of the light source. So that's it for the neck. We won't be going any further because today we're just learning how to do shading in the face. You can give her a nice blush if you want to. So that's it guys, today we learned how to do shading in the face. If you liked the video, be sure to hit the like button and share it with your friends.